Why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. Famous British guy said that. Oh hi, it's your old pal Dolby back for week number 8 in the NFL. Remember, after this video is over, hit the links down in the description so that you can make your own tickets with all the lines and spreads that you need to make informed choices. Every team goes through a rough patch in a season. The question is whether you stay down in the mud like Cleveland and just keep on losing, or you claw your way back up like New England and right the ship. Last week, I righted the ship. In last week's video, I went 3-1 on ProLine, 3-1 on point spread, and a crushing 9-1 on pools. Overall, it was that magic number 11 once again to hit 66-40 for the season straight up. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and find all of my straight up picks for the entire week, every game in the NFL. But this week, we're gonna try something new, looking at the double play combo from Sports Select. A double play ticket combines ProLine picks with over-under picks to help increase the odds, which then increases your payout when you're right. I'm gonna give you the 3 games that I'm playing on my double play ticket this week, plus I'll throw in some point spread stuff at the end. Game 1, Philadelphia is on a short week taking on San Francisco. San Fran got smoked last week by Dallas, while Philly did really well, at least in the second half against Washington. So right off the bat, momentum is on the side of the Birds. Philly did suffer some significant losses on their O-line, so the offense may not be able to generate as hard as it has in previous games, which could keep the score a little bit lower. I don't think they're going to run up a tab of 40 on San Fran like Dallas did in week 7. On their side, though, San Francisco has been averaging 22 points a game since week 3 after a couple of tough weeks to start the season. I think that means that they're going to be able to put up at least a few points against Philadelphia. Philly's still going to win this on your ProLine ticket, but for the over-under being set at 47.5, I think that San Francisco does enough on their part to help get you over that mark. Next, we've got the oddly and suddenly relevant boys from Chicago heading to the Superdome to take on New Orleans. Mitchell Trubisky has only completed 50% of his passes so far this season for Chicago and only thrown 2 touchdown passes. For reference, that puts Trubisky 1 touchdown pass higher than running back Tariq Cohen and 1 higher than punter Pat O'Donnell. The rest of the points for Chicago have all come from their defense and their special teams. Now, on the road, in the Dome, Trubisky runs up against Drew Brees, who is his exact opposite, because he's a touchdown machine. Chicago's D has been making this team relevant for a few weeks now, but look at who they've been playing against. You've got Case Keenum, Joe Flacco, and whatever's left of Cam Newton this season. Brees has thrown 4 picks all year, 2 in the last 2 games each. Before that, no interceptions. Long story short, I don't think Chicago can stop Brees, or at least not enough to prevent them from winning, and I don't think Trubisky can keep up in the shootout. So I'm going to take New Orleans to win this one, but I think that Chicago will come up short. You need both teams if you're going to hit the over, or it has to be a huge blowout. I don't think either of those happen here, so I'm going under 47.5. And finally, speaking of young quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson heads to Seattle along with Houston for their first real test since they've started rolling. In Seattle, it's loud, it's aggressive, and the 12s are a real thing. I think Watson's going to have butterflies coming into this game because this is going to be the first time he's had to deal with something like this. That said, I think he gets over it, maybe by about halftime, maybe earlier, depending on the sort of mental tenacity of the kid. And once he gets settled down, once he gets calm, I think that he does to Seattle what he's already done against teams like New England and Kansas City, and that's find ways to make plays against defenses that you would think would shut him down. Seattle's offense is starting to click, though, despite having an offensive line that's about as sturdy as a wall of mud, and Houston's defense is suspect. You can't give up 17 points to Cleveland and not have to bear the brunt of that. You got 2 teams famous for defense, but I think this one's going to be a high-scoring affair. I think Deshaun and Russell Wilson both put up big points. Maybe the defenses come through for a little bit, but I think that they're fairly evenly matched. So I do think this one's going to be close, within 3 as a matter of fact. So I'm going to take your ProLine tie, but I'm also going to take over 45.5. So double play, it's simple. I'm taking Philly, New Orleans, and that Houston-Seattle tie, and combining that with over, under, and over. That's a 6-game ticket. Throw that ticket down with a $2 bet, and you're looking at clearing almost $60 in return when it pays off. All right, now a few quickies for you spread junkies. I already talked about Houston and Seattle. I think it's going to be tight. The line has Seattle giving up 5.5, so I'm taking Houston. I think they might have a chance to actually win this flat out, but if it ends within a field goal either way, spread says Houston. Pittsburgh should be able to roll past the 3.5 that they're giving up to Detroit this week, and it took 86 chances for Oakland to beat Kansas City in the Spotlight game last week. Now Marshawn Lynch is sitting out this game suspended after coming off the bench to try and push a referee in the dumbest move I've ever seen. The whole thing is a mess, so I'm going to give up 2.5 and on the spread going to take Buffalo. And that's what I've got. Double play, point spread, little pool action. Remember to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere to see my full list of straight up picks for the week. But I also want to know, who do you got? Comments down below this video. Tell me your pick of the week. Tweet at me at Dalby FM on Instagram. Wherever you can find me, tell me who you got. Let's compare and see who comes out on top at the end of week number 8. Thanks guys for watching this video. Make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any of these videos. Hit the little bell icon so you can get notifications when the new ones go live. And don't forget, check the links down below in the description on how to become an MVP with Sports Select, how to play double play, get all the lines, all the spreads, and then you're playing on the same playing field as me. I'm your old pal Dalby. See you at the next one. If you want to make sure that you're getting all the lines, spreads, and game lists before anybody else, you got to be an MVP. Follow the link in the description of this video to sign up with WCLC to get alerts, notifications, and emails directly to you with everything that you need to play.